The winter's new year begins the day after Christmas. It is now the day after Christmas.
You're
you
late.
are behind.
You are late.
You are late. These days, you're going to get the most benefit from your work, which means you should double your work. Make hay while the sun shines. And if you work hard while everyone else is resting, for some reason, that work you do is double as powerful. It's almost like God is watching the world. And he has a big pile of benefits. And he's sitting there looking down on earth and he's saying, who's doing work right now so I can give them some benefits? I only have so many benefits per day I can hand out. And on a normal day, X amount of billion people are doing work, so he hands out some benefits. But on a day when everyone else is being lazy, when you do work, when he divvies up the benefits for the work, you're gonna get more for it. True. So right now, we're in a time vacuum. We're in a period of time, the days between Christmas and New Year, where everybody wastes their life.
I don't know what's happened to men in the world today. They have none of this fire. Men used to wake up and walk in random directions with their friends. No Google Maps, no idea where they were going, just walk in random directions to find people who are different to them and just conquer it, just take it. Savages. You're supposed to have that inside of you, but enough brains to direct it in the correct direction, to not end up in jail. But to wake up and say, no, I'm supposed to live a fantastic life. I'm supposed to be a king. I don't know where the savagery in men has gone. It needs to come back, and it needs to come back in the correct direction. Anger is an extremely powerful motivating force. You should be angry. Too angry to sleep, too angry to be lazy. You don't struggle with motivation when you're angry. When you're furious, you're very motivated. Lacking motivation is just lacking the basic masculine essence for conquest. Which means you were born to be conquered. Because you're either conquering or you're conquered. There's no in-betweens in this reality. You're either going to end up a peon in someone else's empire or you're going to forge your own. Or you can unite with a band of brothers and be a knight or a nobleman within a brotherhood which is genuinely conquering Earth. If you're that cuffed, if you're that happy with the baseline medium, if you're that happy with the norm, you can't compete against the outliers. Outliers are always going to wake up and say, I'd rather lose everything than not have everything. I can't live this mediocre existence. I'd rather lose everything I have in pursuit. Get rich or die trying. How can you outcompete that man? His mind is there. He's ready for all eventualities, for exceptionalism, an exceptional reality. If you ever find yourself struggling with motivation, you need to understand that you're broken as a man. Men don't struggle with motivation. That's one thing men don't struggle with. Because a man is never happy. He's never content. He's constantly looking to conquer and take over and get more and more and more. And if you wake up and go, oh, I struggle to go get more. I don't feel like getting more. I just want to keep this little bit I have. This insignificant, unimportant, pathetic shadow of a life. Then you're broken. Your masculinity is genuinely broken.
You have to show up every day and work, regardless of how you feel. I'm going to say something very logical to you people at home. And if you're stupid, you're not going to understand it. But if you're smart, it's not that difficult a concept. There is no light without dark. 5,000 years ago, the Chinese drew yin and yang for a reason. They are linked. They go together. There is no such thing as a successful person without a failure. Without the failures, there's no success. You need both. For there to be winners, there has to be losers. Therefore, if God is going to give you the chance to become a successful person, he has to make it difficult. He has to lay out a gauntlet, because within that gauntlet, some people will quit and they can go become losers, which allow the people who do not quit to be winners. So when people want to quit, they want to give up, everybody has an excuse, nobody has any time, they will do it next week, they're a bit tired, they don't understand. That's all loser talk. You're not allowed to do that. That is part of the gauntlet. That is the off-ramp towards loserdom. You're on the highway, you're driving. There's exits all along the way to Loserville, Loser Town. When you're tired, when you don't feel like working, when you don't have enough time, when it's difficult, you can get off the highway anytime you want, but if you stay on the highway, you will end up a winner. When I hear people say, oh, it's hard, or I don't have time, etc., all you're doing is telling me you're a loser. Every single winner feels the same as you do. The difference is they do not quit. They do not give up. They do not make excuses. They stay on the highway. It's amazing what you can achieve if you never give up. My saying, unmatched perspicacity and sheer indefatigability. That point is important. Sheer indefatigability. The inability to become fatigued. If you never quit, if you never give up, if you never give in, you're gonna get exactly what you wanted. All you had to do is not be a fucking coward, and you still failed. I don't want to hear any excuses. I don't care about excuses. God doesn't care about excuses. And the winners who went through the exact same things you're going through, who didn't quit, don't care about excuses. There are winners and losers in the world. You are either a winner who dedicates himself, never gives up, continues to learn, does everything he knows he needs to do regardless of how he feels, or you're a loser who makes excuses and you stay invisible for the rest of human time. Make a choice.
To love the idea of all the constant problems that you have to fix. You have to love being the center of a mini universe you have created, and it's going to implode under its own gravity if you're not there doing constant aikido. That's how kings have always felt. Do you think Alexander the Great didn't feel that? You think Julius Caesar didn't feel that? You think Genghis Khan didn't feel that when he's getting all these reports from thousands of miles away that his borders are being attacked by this unknown group of bandits, and he's at constant war in 7 different directions, and his wife's probably complaining at the same time, and his favorite horse just died, and he's walking around doing Mongolian Aikido? Of course he was. That's all anyone who's been important has ever done. If you're looking for calm and peace, you won't matter. I actually said this before. People were talking about how do you decide or how do you know if someone's going to be monumentally successful in the world. And everyone knows, because there's been large studies on it, that IQ level is not how you dictate it. And I'll tell you how you dictate it. Somebody's tolerance to stress. The better you are at dealing with stress, the more successful you will be, because as you climb up the ladder, the stress level increases. It is a direct positive correlation between success and stress. They go together. There's no light without dark. The more money you're paid, the more important you are, the bigger your problems. They said it, more money, more problems. It goes together. I'm not complaining because I'm prepared to handle those problems. But as you get bigger and larger and larger and larger, the pressure is heavier and heavier. So you're going deeper in the ocean. As you go deeper in the ocean of success, the pressure around you gets stronger. Only the strongest submarines can make it to the bottom. None of that ocean gate garbage. Mr. fucking plywood. No, most of you are made of plywood. Or you try and blag it, try and put it together cheap. You wonder why you get crushed at the bottom. To build your hull, build your skills, build your network, learn Aikido. Decide to become the kind of person who adopts as many problems that he can solve as possible, so once they're all solved, he reaps the rewards and builds a fantastically large empire with so much money he can't possibly spend it, internationally renowned and respected. Decide to be the guy who's never had a day off gym for an entire year. You know, I haven't had a rest day from the gym in years. Every day I train. Every day. People talk about how your muscles don't grow unless you rest. I don't care. I go every day because I go to teach myself a lesson. And I don't want to go, and it's boring, and I'm busy, and every single day I still go, so I learn about discipline and pain and suffering. Even at my old age, my long, difficult life, I'm still going to the gym every day to punish myself and show God that I am motivated and disciplined. And no matter what happens, I will not miss a single gym session ever. 1,000 push-ups a day in jail. And you wonder why I have everything I've ever wanted. It's actually fantastically easy. You just have to get up and actually try, actually work, stop looking for shortcuts, stop being a lazy loser, stop being an idiot, stop scrolling garbage, and actually try, and you can have it. The universe is full of blessings. Let me explain to you how the universe works. The universe has this big bag of blessings. It's full of it. And it's sitting there going, let me find somebody who works hard and deserves blessings, and I'll get some blessings out the bag and give it to them. And the reason the bag is so full is because nobody works hard enough to deserve it. It's like walking around with all this charity money and you can't find a single charity that actually helps people and feeds people. They're all just corrupt garbage. The blessings are endless. It's all waiting. They want to give it to you. The universe wants to give you everything you've ever desired. The problem is none of you deserve it because none of you try. It is waiting for you to actually put some effort in so that you light up like a light bulb as, hey, God, universe, I'm actually trying my best. I haven't missed a single gym session. I'm not being lazy. I'm not being stupid. I'm not lying. I'm not snaking my friends. I'm not scrolling social media. I'm not being a dork. I'm not jerking off. And then all of a sudden they'll come along and give you everything you've ever wanted. And you'll go, wow, that was actually fantastically easy.